This is part 4 of episode 23 Tombstone TV, and this is your number 1 contenders match for the Women's Tag Team Championships here at CWS. Introducing first, one member of Beach Force. This is Gale Force. Gale Force fancies herself something of a superhero to the CWS universe, folks. To all the fans out there, she wants to take these tag team titles along with her partner and be a team the fans can be proud to have as champions. Gale Force hoping that her and her partner Sandy can go on to win tonight and become the number 1 contenders. Get that pay-per-view title match against the Dancers. Here we are, folks, the partner of Gale. This right here, folks, is Sandy Beach. Sandy Beach. Such a fan favorite here at CWS. Since arriving on the scene here, Championship Wrestling Series, Sandy Beach has been a fan favorite. She's really likable, kind. She's great time for the fans. Puts in a great showing every single time. And what I like about Beach Force, folks, is they saw a gap in the division. There was the team of the Dancers, we have the team of First Response and the Angels. And they saw a gap there, women's singles division, overcrowded, oversaturated, and decided that they'd team up. Opportunities for pay-per-view events and opportunities for gold aplenty in the women's tag division. And folks, look at this. Let me introduce you to the Lords, Angels, Faith, and Grace, the former and inaugural CWS Women's Tag Team Champions. And they're being escorted to the ring, folks, by the Lord himself. Lord N. Xavier is back after getting his head kicked in at the Violent Night pay-per-view in that grudge match, that bitter brawl between Dr. Dermot Allergy and Lord, where the Doctor stomped the Lord's head into the mat. And here we go, folks, straight away off the bat, a springboard drop kick. Gale Force takes Grace down. Grace head to foot in black, Faith in the silver out on the Angel. The Lord has the Devil and the Angel on his shoulders. And look at Grace now, standing on the hair of Gale Force and just wrenching the arms up. You're not going to win a match like that, but you will annoy your opponent into making a mistake. Now Faith is legal, and Faith whips Gale Force right out of the ring, right next to the Lord here. Faith now on the top rope, just to make a tag to prove she can. Grace now legal again, Gale Force and Grace. And look at this right hand. Grace whipping Gale off those ropes. Oh, shoulder tackle, neither woman goes down. And a clothesline, this time Gale Force taking Grace off her feet. And a stomp across the face. And look at that 2-foot drop kick to the face of Grace. And a kick out at 1. Grace breaks up the pinfall attempt. Gale now, look at this, a slingshot stunner to the outside, taking Faith down off the apron, but it was enough for Grace to get the advantage. And look at this, dropkick again to the knee of Grace. Gale Force takes her down and gets enough time to tag in Sandy Beach. Sandy now legal for the first time in this matchup, and manages to evade that leaping forearm from Grace. Sandy up to the second rope. See what I mean, folks? She just loves to taunt the crowd, to rile them up. She is a fan favorite. And here with the snap mare measures Grace, and look at that, leaps over, dragging the head forward. And now Sandy, oh my god, Sandy with a toe pay to the outside, and a massive miscommunication between Gale Force and Sandy, because Gale managed to pull Grace out of the way. Sandy face planted into the floor. That's got to have rocked Sandy somewhat. And look, it's as if she doesn't know who's legal, attacking both of the Angel's sisters. Oh, evades the dropkick and answers back with a kick. Gets her punch caught, and now Faith dropping Sandy Beach to the flat of her back. This thing is back and forth here, folks. Sandy makes the tag. Gale Force now legal. Thank you for joining us at Tombstone TV. Thank you for joining us at Championship Wrestling Series. And look again with that springboard drop kick. Gale Force takes Faith down. Hope you guys can come back for the Stadium Royale. About a week and a half away from that one. As Gale tags in Sandy, and look again, look at this offense. Sandy now legal, but it looks like Faith got the time to take the tag. Grace now in behind Sandy, and look at this. Grace now in control, stamping on the hair of Sandy Beach, right in front of her sister Faith, with the Lord egging her on from the outside. Bouncing that of Sandy off that top turnbuckle, and then now Faith gets tagged in, and we're going to get some Lord's Angels offense here. And look at that with the top rope assist. But Sandy gets right back up and takes Faith off her feet with a series of chops, slaps, and a clothesline. But Faith now just rolls to the outside, and she's taunting the crowd herself. Gale Force now slides to the outside, and look at that forearm to the back of the head. Gale Force goes down. Look at this. Grace attacking Gale. And now Faith and Gale Force going back and forth in the ring here. Look at this. Using the leg of Gale to just drive the face of Faith into the mat. The Lord's Angels not 100% at the races here, but look at that forearm taking Gale down, and we've got a cover here, folks. We got one, and Sandy Beach is in at one to break up the count. Only to get launched out of the ring by Grace. Faith driving the elbow into the leg of Gale Force. Faith just absolutely manhandling Gale Force here. Look at this up, and she's going to do a knee breaker. And a cover off the knee breaker. Ref counts one, and a kick out one by Gale Force. I was just saying the Angels didn't seem to be at the races, but folks, they are in total control of this one right now. Hoping to get their rematch against the Dancer Sisters for those CWS Tag Team Championships of the World in the women's division. They lost at the Violent Night. Dancers become the second ever champs, and I know the Angels would love to become two-time champs. Look at this. Gale again leaps into the air and just driving the head of Faith down to the mat and stretching the legs out here. Gale makes the tag. Sandy Beach now legal. We have Faith and Sandy can't knock her down, goes for a shoulder tackle, unable to knock her off her feet. Look at that for a lovely suplex. These stomps onto the arm of Sandy, and now a cover right in front of the Lord here. We got a one. And a kick out at one. Sandy Beach not going to lose title opportunity like that. Not that easy, at least. Suplex dead center of the ring. Sandy Beach flat of her back. Faith over to her sister now, makes the tag, and Grace now legal. And definitely the freshest woman in the matchup. Grace misses with a basement dropkick though, favoring that lower back, and now Sandy goes for a basement dropkick of her own, misses that one. Faith gets the tag. Sandy and Faith again, back and forth, and look at this. Look at that, the Angels DDT. We got a 1 and a kick out at 1. Gail also in to break that one up. Faith looking to make the tag. Sister Grace now legal. And look at this. The power. And oh my god, Sandy gets out from behind and chop block takes Grace down. Sandy dragging Grace back to the corner of Beach Forest, bouncing the head off that top turnbuckle right in front of her tag team partner, and makes the tag to Gail. Gail, Sandy, double team action here. Whips Grace off the ropes, and look at that big back body drop, taking Grace Angels down. Gail now climbing to the top. And look at that. Gail goes for a leg drop. A famouser maybe from the top and misses wildly. Grace gets out of the ring, targets Sandy. Sandy evades it, and now Sandy answers back with the DDT outside on the floor. And look at this. Gail taking the fight now to Faith. And another sling shot stunner off the top rope, bouncing Faith out to the outside. And Gail looked like she was measuring Grace here, but Sandy wouldn't just get out of her way. As good as these individuals are, their teamwork isn't really on par. There's a lot of room to improve here, the team at Beach Forest. And look at that reverse DDT outside on the floor. Faith gets driven into the mat and pops right back up. Gail and Grace now. Look at this. Grace answering Gail with a right. Gail fighting back with an elbow. The Lord forced to watch on, and look, Gail Force with the DDT driving Grace Angels into the mat. Gail Force, you can hear her now telling me and my friends Sean Shaunderson and Carl Briscoe Regan that she's got the win in the bag, and immediately eats a big right hand. Grace throwing Gail back to the ring. Is she going to prevent the tag? No. Sandy gets the tag. Sandy Beach now legal. And Grace taking Sandy down center of the ring. Angels tag, Faith legal. Faith and Sandy together again. Sandy whips Faith into the corner. And look at this, second rope assisted springboard DDT. We got a 1, 2, and Sandy has her pinfall attempt broken up by Grace popping in to break the count up, saving Faith's bacon for another day. Saving Faith even. And now Sandy scooping Faith up, and look at that. Again, Sandy just dropping Faith again and again, evading that flying forearm from Faith. Look at this, step through, wraps around, grabs the arms, and oh, this remove's very familiar to the Lords and his Angels. That's the maneuver that Dr. Dermot Allergy hit on Lord and Xavier at Violent Night to knock him out, get him off TV for over 2 weeks. The Lord's only making his return to television tonight. He must be cleared for action, or else we wouldn't allow him ringside. Sandy is absolutely flattened Faith Angels right now. Gets the tag into Gale Force. And Gale Force, look at that, for a standing moonsault splash. Measuring Faith. Misses with the kick. Faith rolls through, but this kick connects with that one. Gale now taking Faith for a walk, leaping off the top, and look at this. The over-the-top arm drag and a cover. We've got a none count because Grace gets in to break the count up and save the matchup for her and her sister again. Gale Force and Faith now fighting in the corner. Gale from the top rope. What's she going for here? Look at this top rope hurricane rana. Gale Force feeling the force of that one. She's surely got this one in the bag. Faith locked up. Sandy on the outside, keeping Grace occupied with the suplex. And that's it, folks. Your winners and new #1 contenders for the CWS Women's Tag Team Championships. Beach Force are going on, getting their first opportunity at the CWS Women's Tag Team Championships. We're going to have Beach Force versus the Dancers on pay-per-view, upcoming at the Stadium Royale in about a week and a half. Great win for Sandy Beach. Great win for Gale Force. Folks, come back. We're going to have another 3-way men's matchup. See who else can qualify for that match on next week's episode. We also have a women's battle royal qualifier, and we're also going to have a men's 2v2. That's right, the main event this evening is a tag team matchup. You're going to come back and see who's involved in all these matches, folks. Please come back for part 5, episode 23.